Stan is one of the most important independent filmmakers in the world, one of the most highly respected. He strikes me, and I don't want to speak for him, but he strikes me as a real romantic, one of the last really serious poets.
Brakhage, it was, we're identifying with the cinema itself, with light. He used to quote the philosopher Don Scotus Erigena and say, all that is light.
A Brakhage film goes by so fast that you don't really have time to react to it, and you have to see it again or close your eyes and replay it. It's that kind of film.
The lightning flashes in which he illuminates things that don't seem to have any connection. He will take the subject, and instead of approaching it in a linear fashion and this came first and then this and then this, he will pull in things from out of the air and say, look at this through this. Don't just look at cinema. Imagine cinema as something that exists in a world that also includes Edgar Allan Poe or sculpture or painting.
Stan Brakhage was an incredibly talented filmmaker who created with the purpose of freeing the eye and the mind from the normal way of viewing this world and cinema. Stan Brakhage was adopted soon after his birth on January 14, 1933 by a family from Colorado. During the early part of his life, Brakhage was an up-and-coming poet who spent most of his time writing and singing. Interestingly enough, although music played a huge role in his early life, he used hardly any music in any of his films. Brakhage's films were unique, and many were downright hard to grasp. He wanted his viewers to see life alive with incomprehensible objects and shimmering with the endless variety of movement. Brakhage used many different techniques and styles in his films, one of which was when he painted or used ink to color directly onto the 16mm celluloid film. One example of this work is in Stellar. He explained this style of film as when you push your palms onto your closed eyes and see those colors. He wanted to replicate them. He wanted to show what your mind saw. One of his most famous creations, Mothlight, showed another very unique style. Mothlight was made simply by pasting various objects and bugs onto the celluloid film. Murder Psalm is another great example of a unique style that was used by Stan Brakhage. He used shaky handheld footage as well as overexposed images to get his message across. Brakhage thrived on telling a narrative in a non-narrative way, which was very revolutionary for the time. Brakhage used a very interesting form of film to convey his message and his emotions. He used light above all else. He used it to express energy and life. His goal was to make his films another way of conveying the same message that other mediums were using. He took abstract art and the projecting of images to an entire new level. His key reasoning behind his work was the expression of emotion, the manifestation of a dream, and the display of nightmares. He even used pulsing motion in his handheld shots to display the idea of a heartbeat. No technique was off the table. Brakhage loved to explore the unknown of film, breaking barriers set up by past filmmakers. This quote by Bruce Elder helps put Brakhage's work into perspective for me. As we watch Brakhage's films, we wonder, as we do when we listen to risk-taking jazz improvisations, if the filmmaker has the strength of imagination to forge this diversity into a simple unity. We wonder whether Brakhage can pull off what he appears to want to do, and when he does, we marvel at his inventiveness. Stan Brakhage was truly an incredible artist and a realm buster. pioneering many new techniques that no one had ever tried before. He truly was an incredible experimental artist.